Picture this, a quiet street in Sacramento, California, 1980s. A charming old lady, think permed hair, warm smile, fresh-baked cookies, opens her home to the forgotten elderly pensioners, disabled veterans, people with nowhere else to go. She's their guardian angel, offering a better meal, a kind word. But behind that grandmotherly facade hides a predator. By 1988, 7 bodies are dug up in her backyard, and Dorothea Puente is unmasked as one of America's deadliest female serial killers. This is the Death House Landlady, a story so twisted, so cold, it'll crawl under your skin and stay there. Buckle up, because this case is a descent into darkness you won't forget. Sacramento in the 80s is a city of contrasts. Downtown hums with state workers while gritty pockets hide drugs and desperation. At 1426 F Street, Dorothea Puente's boarding house is a beacon for the vulnerable. She's 53, petite, always dressed to impress, flowery dresses. Lipstick just right. To neighbors, she's a saint, taking in society's outcasts, alcoholics, the mentally ill folks living off Social Security checks. Her tenants pay $200 a month for a room, hot meals, and her care. But Dorothea's no savior. Born in 1929, her life's a trail of lies, forgery, theft, running a brothel in the 60s. She's conned lovers, served time for check fraud, and by 1982, she's on parole, banned from handling others' money. Yet she's cashing her tenants' checks, raking in thousands. Her smile disarms everyone, cops, social workers, even the families of those who vanish. Her victims are the kind of people society overlooks. Alvaro Bert Montoya. 51 is a gentle schizophrenic sent to Dorothea by a social worker who trusted her, Dorothy Miller. 64 is a frail alcoholic clinging to her pension checks, Benjamin Fink. 55, a disabled veteran relies on Dorothea to manage his benefits, Leona Carpenter. 78 is nearly blind, barely mobile, James Gallup, Vera Fay. Martin, Betty Palmer, all elderly, disabled, or down on their luck. Dorothea drugs them with sleeping pills, Dalmane codeine, slipped into their soup or coffee. They'd get sleepy, confused, then stop breathing. If drugs didn't finish the job, she'd strangle them, her small hands leaving faint marks no one questioned. She'd bury them in her backyard, under rose bushes or new sod sprinkling lime to mask the stench. Some she wrapped in plastic and dumped in the Sacramento River, their bodies washing up miles away. She kept forging their signatures, cashing checks for months, even years after they were gone. It's a sick cycle, lure, kill, profit. Dorothea's house is a trap disguised as a haven. The living room's cozy with doilies and old furniture, but the air's heavy like something's off. Tenants who ask questions like why Bert hasn't been seen get vague answers. He's visiting family, or he moved to Mexico. Neighbors notice her digging at night, claiming it's gardening. The backyard's always lumpy with a faint smell no one can place. She hires tenants to dig holes, telling them it's for landscaping or a new fence. One guy, a drifter she paid in cash, later recalls hauling dirt in the dark, no clue he was covering a grave. By 1986, whispers grow. Bert Montoya's disappearance raises flags. His social worker, Judy Moyes, gets a bad feeling. Dorothea's story about Bert going to Mexico doesn't add up. He had no family there, no reason to leave. Judy keeps pushing, calling other tenants' families. They all say the same: their loved ones stopped calling, stopped writing. November 1988. The House of Cards collapses. Judy Moyes alerts Sacramento PD. Detectives knock on Dorothea's door, and she's all charm, offering tea, batting her lashes. But they notice the backyard uneven dirt patches of fresh soil. They start digging, and the ground gives up its secrets. 7 bodies. Bert, Dorothy, Benjamin, Leona, James, Vera, Betty are unearthed, some wrapped in sheets, others in shallow graves. The media descends, calling it the death house. Sacramento's horrified. How did this grandmother fool everyone? Dorothea flees to Los Angeles trying to con a man at a bar for his pension. He recognizes her from TV and tips off the cops. She's arrested, calm as ever, denying it all, claiming her tenants died naturally. The investigation paints a grim picture. Dorothea targeted the forgotten people with no one to check on them. Autopsies find Dalmain in every victim a sedative she got through back channels. Some had strangulation marks, subtle but undeniable. She'd bury bodies at night, sometimes paying local drifters to help none suspecting her game. She pocketed over $80,000 in stolen checks, splurging on designer clothes, facelifts, even donating to charities to boost her image. Neighbors recall her throwing lavish parties, playing the generous host, while graves sat steps away. Her charm was her weapon. She'd bake cookies for cops, chat up social workers, deflect suspicion with a smile. The system failed her victims. Parole officers ignored her handling tenants' money. Social workers sent clients to her blind to her past. Sacramento's trust in kindly landladies was shattered. What drove her money was king. Each victim meant $500, $700 a month in checks. But it's deeper. Dorothea craved control, thriving on manipulating the helpless. Her childhood abusive parents' foster homes bred a coldness, a need to dominate. She'd poisoned a boyfriend in the 60s, nearly killing him, and walked away. Some call her a psychopath, her empathy a facade. In jail, she'd write letters insisting she was a victim of circumstance, her voice eerily calm. Her trial in 1993 is a spectacle. Prosecutors paint her as a predator targeting the weak for profit. Her defense claims natural deaths, old age, illness, and Dorothea just hid the bodies in panic. The jury convicts her of 3 murders. Bert Dorothy Benjamin, deadlocking on 6 others due to shaky evidence. She gets 2 life sentences, no parole, locked up in Chowchilla. She dies in 2011-82, still proclaiming innocence. Sacramento's never recovered. 1426. F Street is a ghost torn down, but never forgotten. In 2025, the case is alive again. Netflix's The House on F Street dives into Dorothea's twisted mind, reenacting her sunny boarding house hiding horrors. Ex-posts from Aoyandi Watts call her the grandma who killed sharing old photos of her garden, now a chillin' meme. Morbid podcast episodes unpack her abusive childhood, linking it to her need for power. New DNA tech is testing 1988 evidence, clothing scraps, lime traces, hoping to confirm the other 6 victims or find new ones. True crime fans on X speculate, did she kill elsewhere before Sacramento? Were their bodies never found? This case grips you because it's so deceptively normal. Dorothea wasn't a knife-wielding maniac. She was the neighbor you'd invite to dinner. Her victims, Bert, Dorothy Benjamin, and more, were erased because no one cared enough to notice. The backyard graves, the forged checks, the poison in the soup, its betrayal on a bone-chilling level. What's your take? Was Dorothea just greedy, or was she a true psychopath reveling in her secret? Drop your theory in the comments. We're a small channel chasing 1,000 subs, digging into cases like this every week. Hit subscribe, share this nightmare, and join our true crime crew. Let's keep these victims' stories alive.